I've driven 4.5 hours from Ho Chi Minh City and arrived to the Mekong Delta, also known as the rice basket of Vietnam. Here in the Mekong, they export over 4 million tons of rice per year. Such a hard-working race here. Fruit orchards surround me, floating markets. Now my parents used to buy fruit from this area. Large boats packed with tropical fruits, jackfruit, durian, plum mangoes, lychees. Gets transported down the mighty Mekong through to the Saigon River, and they offload to all the wholesale markets through Saigon. I've come here to see how it all happens and to visit my family here, which is scattered all over the Mekong Delta. Wholesale market. So these guys have been here probably since 2 a.m. And if you want to check it out, you got to get here at least 5 to 5:30 to see it all happen. It all finishes by 7, so you got to be quick. Now we're around 20 minutes from Keng Tao City, so you can get a boat quickly here. A lot of tour companies can bring you here. Or if you're adventurous, get here on your own and just wave down a boat and say, you know, I'll give you a couple of bucks to ride me around all through the markets here. So we've got the wholesale markets that live on these boats. You have smaller boats that cater for them. You can buy bowls of noodles, or even a cup of coffee or a drink, whatever you like. Có cà phê gì đấy? Cà phê sữa nóng đi ha. Một ly đủ ấy. Straight from the floating cafe. And that's really hot. There's so much activity going on right now. We've got lettuce being dealt with over there. And each boat has a large hole in front and they poke the fruit or vegetable on top there just to see what people are selling. People live on these boats. You can see them drying their clothes, washing their dishes, brushing their teeth, and I just get a real insight in how life is in the Mekong Delta. Hello, G. Bán gì đó? Một ký bao nhiêu vậy? 50.000. 50,000 for a kilo of mangoes. It's pretty good. $4. It's great. The Mekong Delta is the largest exporter of catfish, bassa fish, and of course shrimp. So I thought it would be appropriate that I cook this shrimp dish here today. Now when you're cooking shrimp, especially small ones like these, please remember to always keep the shell on, because the crispness and the texture of the shell adds so much to the dish. So get that whole thing out of your head that you can't eat prawn shell. You can, and it's delicious. But what I'll do, I'll just snip the tip of the head, all the sharp bits I'll snip off. Snip the bit of the tail and the legs as well. So just with your pair of scissors, just like that. Now once the prawn is actually cooked, stir-fried, or even char-grilled, the crunchiness of the prawns, the shell, is just amazing. So do that. So I'll show you one more. Snip the top of the tip of the head, snip the tail, and the legs, just like so. Okay, so we've got the prawns. I've already prepped up around 200 grams of the prawns. You need 200 grams of pork belly. I'll slice that up quickly for you. Now the floating market is just beside me here and we're moving, so I'll be very careful cutting this up, that's for sure. Just fine slices, 2 or 3 millimeters per slice. Now I've taken the bone off this pork belly. There's a bit of meat, a bit of fat, and I'm just going to marinate these two for around 10 to 15 minutes after I've sliced this up. There you go. Half a tablespoon of sugar, a tablespoon of garlic per bowl, lemongrass. Now, probably another tablespoon for each bowl there. Maybe a bit more. I love lemongrass. Very aromatic. Pinch of pepper. And fish sauce. Around a tablespoon of fish sauce each. That's about right. So I'll just massage that through. Coat every prawn. Hear that horn of that boat? Like a kid's horn. Okay, another for the meat as well, the pork. Massage that through. Okay, just gonna put that aside for a second. Just gonna quickly chop up some spring onions as well. It's around 3 spring onions, and I want this quite chunky. I don't want it finely sliced. Just like that. So now I'm ready to cook. It's been marinating for 15 minutes already. Just got my little portable stove there. Switch that on, see if the wind won't blow it off. Just around a tablespoon of vegetable oil. Just gonna fry my red Asian shallots. Around 2 of those, finely diced up. Some lemongrass, rest of my stalk. Just gonna fry that up until it's nice and fragrant. I don't want it brown though, it's fragrant. My seat's sinking. Fix my life jackets up, there you go. Okay, I'll just fry in the pork. Just want it brown. Okay, now the pork's almost ready for me to put in my shrimp. Now, I don't want to cook my shrimp for too long. As soon as it starts to change colour, take it out. Just looking around me, I'm surrounded by fresh young coconut, pineapples, watermelons, jackfruit. Incredible. Oh, that's smelling really good. All right, now it's just started to change colour. Put in my spring onions. And I'm going to wok toss that again for another 30 seconds. Bit more pepper. I think I'm pretty happy with that. Have a little taste of seasoning. Oh, good. Shrimp is so sweet. And as I said, the shell is so crunchy. Not tough in the slightest. So make sure you leave the shell at home. If you don't, you get in big trouble from me. Okay, I'll just plate that up. Now this dish is comfort food for me. Growing up, I used to eat this dish all the time. Bit of rice, bit of fish sauce and fresh chili on the side. A nice clean soup to balance out all the flavours. Now I need one more thing. Some nice coriander. And there it is. Mekong shrimp with pork belly, tossed with lemongrass, eschalots, and spring onion. More than half of Vietnam's population cultivates rice, making it the second largest rice producer in the world, just behind Thailand. Now, I eat rice every single day of my life, and I come back here and I see all the hard work that goes into it. Knee-high deep in water, conical hat covered from head to toe. It's back-breaking work, and I learn to appreciate every rice grain that goes into my mouth. The rice comes in these big sacks on this boat. They get taken up there. They get a wooden peg for each sack. 5 cents they get paid for that. Hard work. This is the rice that hasn't been polished yet. It's been husked already. We're going to shovel it into the machine. It gets sucked up to the machine. It gets polished. And then it gets divided. The broken rice comes out on a different pipe. It gets into the bag, sewed up, and exported to the world. I'm standing on a bridge above the Mekong River with my new made friends here. It's an area called Ratlai. It's around an hour away from Kung Tao, a 30-kilometre drive. Now I'm here searching for my great uncle who comes from China in the Guangdong province, just above Hong Kong there. Now they come from a huge medicinal Chinese family and they grew up in this profession. So I'm here searching for his little shop where I'm going to get all of these Chinese herbs and make an aromatic, clean, medicinal broth. I found my great uncle here. He's a Chinese herbalist. Now, with Chinese herbs, if you're feeling ill, you need to balance your body with a bit of cooling food. Now, I don't mean temperature cold food. It's all about balancing the yin and yang. I'm going to ask him which varieties would make the soup taste delicious. And it's not a chore to eat this. It's actually going to be a pleasure. So, Uncle, which one first?
This one first. Is a Vietnamese.
English is pretty good.
It's Vietnamese. We call this the Phong Dang Sam.
Phong Dang Song.
Phong Dang Sam. It's good for the kidney.
This is ginseng.
Ginseng. It's the same.
What's the next one?
The next one is like this.
Oh, I don't know what this one is.
This one, in Vietnamese, we call this Bo Bo. It's a group of rice.
It's like a pearl rice.
Yeah. This Chinese rice, in Vietnamese, we call Ba Hap. Ba Hap.
Is it like a dried flour?
Yeah, this flour.
And that's good for your what, kidneys or your...
It's for the eyes, for the brain.
Okay.
Yeah, it's something
Both
for the
of those
kidneys.
I need a lot of my eyes and my brain. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
this one in Vietnamese we call San Thục Địa.
Some top there, which is like a dark beetroot and it's been boiled up and then dried. Oh, raisins.
Yeah, this
Yeah?
grape. Grape.
Again, so all of these dried herbs, a bit of sweet, a bit of sour. We don't need any seasoning for this one because it all comes out, it all draws out of the herbs we have. My next step is my pork spare ribs. They're kind of short spare ribs, so I've got around 1 kilo here, but all I need to prepare is around 300 grams. I'm going to cut this up. I'm going to cut after every second rib. Nice sharp knife, every second rib there. So I've got around 300, I think that's enough. So now I've got to chop it up. And when you're chopping through bone, don't use a nice sharp knife like this one. Use a heavy cleaver like this one. Really heavy, cut through the bone. You're not slicing, you're chopping through the bone. So around 4 centimetre pieces. One more. There you go. Now with the pork ribs, I just need to season it a little bit with a pinch of salt. That's all I need. Now I don't need to marinate it, just season it. Because I'm going to cook this for 3 hours. Yeah? So I mix that through. I've got my boiling water in the pot there, and I'm going to submerge my clay pot into the boiling water and just let it sit there for 3 hours, and it's going to slowly cook. The meat's going to be tender, falling off the bone, and all the natural flavours are going to come out of the herbs. Okay, so I'll put the herbs in first. Just pour that in. Now, when you're ever cooking with clay pots, make sure you submerge it in cold water overnight. When it's on high heat, it won't crack and won't break on you. So I've done that already. I'll put my herbs in, and I'll put the meat in now. 300 grams already chopped up. Now you don't need to cook these or stir fry these up first because it's going to cook in here really slowly. So I'm happy with that. I'll just fill it up. Perfect amount. And all I need to put in now is around 300 to 400 mils of water, but let's double check that. How much is this? 300? Okay, that's 500. Let's have a look. Yep, around 300 mils. Now, I'm going to put this in slowly. It's already boiling away. Now, if you're doing this at home, have a big pair of tongs or something so you don't burn your hands. But I'm pretty good with hot water, so I'll just do it with my bare hands. Okay, so I'll just submerge that into the hot water. So as you can see, I've leveled it so it's just below the pot there. So I'll put the lid on. I'm going to reduce that to a low simmer and cook it for 3 hours, no less than 3 hours. Kids everywhere, let's make them scream. La London, mop, hi, ba, London. That never works, jeez. Okay, I'll come back in 3 hours and it should be ready. Oh, look at the colour. All right, here we go. Oh, look at that. If you could smell this now, it's just incredible. Now, if you're a person that eats a lot of deep-fried, bad fast food, you need to balance your body with a bit of coolness, with a bit of cool foods. And all of these elements are cooling for you. That's really good. And I bet you this pork would just melt and fall off the bone. Actually, I can eat the bone and chew the bone. It's that tender. 3 hours, guys, all you need. I'm chewing through the bone. Unbelievable. I've been invited by my nephews and nieces to cook lunch with them, a big, huge feast, Mekong Delta style. I'm really excited to show you this intimate experience that I'm going to have with you. I've got my knives ready, I've got my backpack. Let's go. All right. The Mekong River is the world's 11th longest river and the 7th longest in Asia. The Mekong Delta covers an area of around 39,000 square kilometers. This international river system runs through 6 Asian countries. I've been told bush rat and snake is on the menu, if you can catch them. I've just arrived to my family's home. Now all these guys here are my cousins, my nephews and nieces and aunties. There's over 100 of them around this area. I'm in the back here. This is their kitchen. We're cooking with sticks and fire. I love cooking this way. We've got chicken that's been freshly slaughtered. We've got the blood here, which will make some Vietnamese pizza from its jelly. We're plucking it all. They're all free range. They're all organic. And we've freshly slaughtered pig as well. This is Vietnam. We're here in the jungle pretty much looking for rats that live up in coconut trees and they feed off the fresh coconuts. So I've got my little nephew and nieces running around climbing trees looking for these little rats so we can eat them later on. He's looking for a nest up there, and if he finds them, if they fall down to me, then I've got to catch them. Was that one? No. So I better have a stick ready, shouldn't I? What he'll do, he'll shake them down and then I've got to get ready and hit it. Sadly, I couldn't catch the bush rat, so it didn't make it to the lunchtime feast. This is a Mekong fish. We call it the elephant fish. In Vietnamese, it's gai tai tương, which when it's cooked, it's gassel. Now, basically, this one here, we don't scale it. We leave the scales on, and when we put it in the hot oil, it just comes up and you can eat the crispy scales. It's really delicious, and there's nothing else like it in the world. So, this is my favourite way of cooking. I don't know if you can see behind me, but you know, it's blackened pots, it's sticks and fire. If you want to heat it up, put more sticks in. If you want to lower it, you take the sticks out. Get a fan, turn it up. You know, it's just this setting, it's so raw, it's so organic, it's so real. It's so Vietnam, basically. So this is hot. Now, when you're at home and you're trying to test if the oil's hot enough to fry anything, wooden chopstick into the oil. When it starts to bubble, it's hot. Yeah, so that's ready to rock and roll for me. Just be careful when you're putting the fish in from the edge. Just slide it in. Now the oil's very hot, so just be careful. Now can you see all the scales puff up straight away? Look at that. It's going to be crisp and crunchy with great texture. Just let that cook for 4 to 5 minutes. It's quite a big fish, but I don't want to overcook it. Never overcook your fish. While that's cooking, I'm going to make my ginger fish sauce. Let's get my pot here. Fit well. Okay, all we need is, of course, fish sauce, sugar, vinegar, and I'm just going to dilute that together. So with the fish sauce, probably around 3 tablespoons. Put that in first. 1, well, that was a bit 2, 3. Vinegar, same again. 3. This is just white vinegar. 2, 3. Sugar, same amount, why not? And some water. So with water, around 125 mils of water. So once that's diluted together, I'm going to take it out. I'm going to add some garlic and chili and ginger. So what I'll do, I've got some sliced garlic, ginger there, sorry. I'm going to pound that together with everything else. I might pound that with my chili. There you go. This table's not that stable. All right, so that's all pounded. I think my fish is finished actually. Just put that aside. Now over here I've got my little sink here. Isn't it great? Look at this earthenware clay pot as a sink. Now my little nephew went in the backyard here. This is from the banana tree, the little trunk. Cut it in half. Placed a little chopstick in there. This is Mekong style, authentic. All right, how am I going to do this? Let's go. Look at that fish. Perfectly cooked. And the patterns on the scales. I just can't wait to crunch into that little baby. All right. Let's see if this works. I've never done this before, but it looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Look at that. Does that look pretty? All right, I've got to check on my fish sauce now. Just check the balance. That's good. I think I'll put a bit more vinegar in. Okay. Now you don't need to bring this to the boil. You just want to dilute all the sugar. Just bring it to heat and then reduce it and then take it off the heat. Okay. So fish sauce into my bowl. I'm going to add some fresh lime as well. Fresh lime to the chickens. They like that stuff. Okay. And I've got my pounded fresh ginger and chili. Nice paste. That through. Ooh. Now you see all the lime in there, all my ginger, all the chili. This sauce, I can just eat with boiled rice and that's my meal. Delicious. Okay, there's nowhere in the world that you can find this dish, only in the Mekong Delta. And you should be feeling very privileged and very special that you can share this experience with me. Because I'm feeling pretty good about it. Look at that. All right. Get a bit of coriander to make it look even prettier. Here we have your Mekong Delta elephant fish, crisp fried with pounded ginger and chili. This in Vietnamese is called Cá Tai Tưởng Chiên Xù. My uncles went out early this morning and caught fresh eel for the family feast. The trick is to keep them in the bowl. I was shown how to prepare them, and I was so impressed with their skill in handling these slippery fish. Wow. Snake was also on the menu. Now this was quite different from anything I've seen before, and I found it quite hard to watch some of the preparation. The snake is sliced up, and it's at this stage that eggs are removed to be cooked, and the still beating heart is taken out, then eaten immediately for good luck and strength, but not by me. It is coiled and tied up and left to simmer in a seasoned broth. I couldn't ask for a better ending to my day, eating great food and sharing it with my family. Malt, hi, ba, yo! Next week, we visit the secluded island of Phu Quoc, renowned for its premium fish sauce and its fresh peppercorns. And I can't wait to show you the quality of the sea.